Good morning, grade sixes. Welcome to your mathematics lesson today, brought to you by worksheetcloud.com. Today we're going to be having a look at fractions of amounts. Hey guys, my name is Gareth Jordan and I'll be your mathematics teacher today. Today we're going to have a look at fractions of amounts. Here at Worksheet Cloud, our main goal is to keep learning fun and as relevant as possible. Because let's be honest, learning can be a little bit boring at times. That is why we have just launched our brand new Worksheet Cloud Rewards Hub feature, where you can earn awesome rewards while you learn, including a chance at getting a PlayStation 5 and some Nomu hot chocolate. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Let's get into today's lesson. Okay, this is what we've got for today. A little switch-on activity, some mental maths questions covering some principles that I feel you should know on fractions. Then there's a brain bender and a challenger to end off on. Let's have a look at the switch-on activity. Okay, so I've got two activities for you today. The first one on the left, you need to tell me what the value of each symbol is. And then on the right, there are three statements, one of which is a lie. You need to tell me which one is a lie and why. I'd like you to press pause, work through the two activities slowly. There's no rush. Use a pencil and paper, check your work, and then press play to see how you guys get on. Welcome back. Let's see how you got on. So the first activity, you are going to have to use a little bit of trial and error at times just to figure out what the symbols equal to. The first place I would start is on the third line because I know that 1 over 10 plus 9 over 10 is going to be equal to a whole, which is 10 over 10. Okay, so if my heart monitor machine is 9, then I'm going to have 18 over 9. Now we know that 18 over 9 means 18 divided by 9, so that's equal to 2. And I know from the third line that my answer has to be equal to 10. Okay, so at the moment I've got 2, I need another 8. But I can also notice in the second line that the heart and the virus are equal. Okay, so I need these two fractions at the top that I've just put in brackets to equal 8. Okay, so once you've worked through it, you should get a number sentence like that. Okay, because remember that's going to be equal to 2, that's going to be equal to 7, and that's going to be equal to 1. And if you add 2, 7, and 1 up, you're going to get 10. That means the hearts and the virus are 21 each. Okay? So when we go to the bottom, we've got 9 plus 21, which is 30, plus 10, which is 40, minus 21 is going to give me an answer of 19. Okay? Sometimes these puzzles can take a while for you to figure them out. So I'd encourage you to stay with it. Mathematics isn't a subject where the answer just suddenly pops into your head. You have to do a bit of work using pencil and paper. You're going to have to be ready and prepared to make mistakes and go back and look for the error and to finally come up with the solution that you want. Okay? Right, let's have a look at the second one. Okay, the second one is the 2 truths, 1 lie, where there are 2 statements that are true and 1 statement is a lie. You need to find the lie and tell me why it is a lie. Okay? So if we just move that center, make it a bit bigger, there we go. Okay, so statement number 1, 11 over 7 is equal to 1 over 7 plus 4 over 7 plus 6 over 7. Hey guys, we should be able to see straight away that that is correct, okay? So remember when we add fractions, the denominators have to all be the same, and all we do is we add the numerators and we keep the same denominator. Okay, so statement number 1, I'm happy with. Statement number 2, I can see that 4 over 2 is equal to 2 because 4 divided by 2 is 2. these two fractions together add up to 1. Okay, so straight away I can see 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So I'm not really happy with that second statement. But let's go have a look at the third one just to make sure that we are 100% correct. 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 2/5. Again, all the denominators are the same. So we just add the numerators. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. Same denominator, 5. So I'm happy that that statement is correct. Okay, guys, let's go have a look at our mental maths questions for today. Okay, guys, here are our mental maths questions for today. They all cover past principles that we've spoken about during previous lessons. So if you're unsure, then go back and have a look at those videos and brush up on those skills. Give the 5 questions your best, pencil and paper ready, and then press play to see how you guys get on. Good luck. Guys, welcome back. Let's have a look at these questions. The first one, 15 over 18, needs to be simplified. So we look for a highest common factor, which is 3. So we divide the numerator and the denominator by 3, and that's going to give us 5 over 6. Okay. Question 2 is the multiplication of fractions. And we should know that when we multiply fractions, we multiply the numerators together. 3 times 4 is 12. We multiply the denominators together. 7 times 5 is 35. We have a look if that can be simplified, which it can't be. So 12 over 35 is our answer. Question 3, we are converting 45 over 8 into a mixed fraction. So remember, a mixed fraction is a whole number and a fraction combined. So remember, 45 over 8 means 45 divided by 8. That is equal to 5. And it leaves you with 5 left over. Okay, so 5 and 5/8. All right. Let's just clear some space here. Okay, our fourth question, we need to add fractions. Now remember, when we add fractions, 3/4 plus 3/5, we want our denominators to be exactly the same, otherwise we can't add. Okay, so we're looking for the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5. And remember, I need to write out the times tables of 4, the times tables of 5, and look for the number that appears first in both sets, and that's going to be 20. Okay, so our two fractions need to be converted to a denominator out of 20, times by 5, times by 5. Remember to do the same to the numerator as you do to the denominator. Times by 4, times by 4. 12 over 20. Now my denominators are the same. I can add those fractions, and my answer is 27 over 20. And if you want to convert it to a mixed numeral, you can convert it to 1 and 7 over 20. Okay? And then our last question is just the subtraction of decimals. Okay? And that's 5/8 minus 3/5. And again, we need to have lowest common denominators. So if I write out the 8 times table and the 5 times table, the number 40 will be the one that appears first in both sets. So I'll multiply by 5 and by 5, remembering my rules. Multiply by 8 and by 8, remembering that I need equivalent fractions. Okay, now I've got 25 minus 24, and that gives me an answer of 1 over 40. Okay, let's have a look at what we've got in store for us for the rest of the lesson. Okay guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be having a look at of sums. Okay, and we know of, when we're working with fractions, means multiply. So if you have a look at the top box, it says, what process do we use to find fractions of amounts? When we find 1/4 of 20, we are sharing 20 into 4 groups. We use division to find fractions. Okay, so what that basically means is we're dividing by the denominator. 1/4 of 20 is the same as 1/4 multiplied by 20, and then we would say 20, the whole number, divided by the denominator. On this page, what you need to do is you need to work out the answer of each of sum. Okay, so you'll see L, D, H, W, the second column Y, O, T, R, and the third column A, S, M. You need to work out what those letters are equal to. And then once you've got those answers, you need to put the letters into the correct boxes to find out what the secret message is. Okay, so press pause, work through it, and then come back to see if you've got the correct answer. Off you go. Let's have a look and see how you guys got through this activity. So L is going to be equal to an answer of 4, because 16 divided by 4 is 4. D is going to be 9. So remember, each time we're just dividing by the denominator. Because the numerator is 1, we don't have to worry about it. Okay, because what we normally do is we divide by the denominator and multiply by the numerator. But because the numerator here is always 1, well, we know 1 times anything stays anything. So we don't have to worry too much about 1. So as I work through these and get you these answers, just check them off to make sure that yours are the same. And then all that was left was for you to plug in the correct letters with the corresponding numbers to find out the secret code. Okay, so we're nearly there. 1/100th of 1,000 is a 10, and 1/3 of 9 is 3. Okay, so straight away we look for the answer 2, which is W. 11 I think was O. 25 I think was R. Okay, and once you've plugged all of those in, you should work out the first word is world. Okay, the next word is going to be maths. And your last word is going to be day. Okay, world, maths, day. Okay, so I hope you guys managed to get those correct. Yeah, let's move on to the next activity. Okay, so I'm going to stay with the Jamboard for this one. Let's have a look. Fractions of time. Using this concept in real life. Okay, so teachers like to use fractions of times. I mean, if you just think about how we talk about time, 7:15, 8:30, 9:15, you know, there are fractions there already. So it's always useful to be able to use fractions in a real life context, and this is one of them that we can use. So what I'd like you to do here is I'd like you to work through the questions A to F. Okay, simplify your fractions always. So for example, in A, they ask you what fraction of an hour is 15 minutes. So we should know how many minutes there are in an hour. I'm not going to tell you. Let's see if you can remember. But then simplify that fraction before you move on. Okay, so press pause, work through A to F, then press play and see how you guys get on. Great, welcome back, guys. So let's have a look. We know that there's 60 minutes in an hour, and they say what is 15 minutes of 60? And we know that 15 goes into 15 once and into 64 times. So your final answer there for question A should be a quarter. Okay, B, what fraction of an hour is 30 minutes? So we know we've got 30 minutes, and we know that an hour is 60 minutes. We should be able to see that 30 is half of 60. C, what fraction of an hour is 45 minutes? Okay, and if we have a look at the top one, okay, we know that 15 is 1/4 of an hour, so then 30 minutes will be half an hour, and then we're adding on another 15 minutes, which is another quarter. Okay, so if we divide both numbers by 15, we should get 3/4. Okay, now we get, and they ask 20 minutes. Okay, still out of 60. Okay, we should be able to recognize that 20 goes into 20 once and into 63 times. So 20 minutes is 1/3 of an hour. Question E. If Lucas practices guitar from 4:20 to 4:35, that's 15 minutes. What fraction of an hour does this represent? So very much the same as A. Simplify your fraction, and that's going to be a quarter. Okay, and then your last question F. Patrick practices soccer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. So that's a whole number, and then 15 minutes. How would you write this as an improper fraction? So we've got 1 hour and 15 minutes. So all we got to do to convert, okay, is recognize that that 1 hour is the same as 60 over 60. And we add the 60 and the 15, and that gives us 75 over 60. We could also say 1 multiplied by the denominator 60 is 60, plus the 15 is 75. But then it would be worthwhile simplifying 75 over 60. Okay, so if you recognize that 15 also goes into 75 5 times, and 15 goes into 64 times, there is your simplified improper fraction. Okay, great. I hope you guys got through that activity. If not, rewind, have another listen, and make sure that you understand this concept. Guys, so we're about halfway during the lesson. I'd encourage you guys to have a little break, get up, stretch your legs, maybe grab some nice normal hot chocolate if you have some. You'll have a little walk around, get a breath of fresh air, and then come back to the lesson, and we'll continue with the fractions of amounts. Cheers. Let's be honest, studying sucks, but here at Worksheet Cloud, we make it suck less. In Worksheet Cloud, you can earn avatars, sidekicks, collectible coins, and level up, all while studying. Plus, we've just added our most exciting feature to date, the brand new Worksheet Cloud Rewards Hub. With the Worksheet Cloud Rewards Hub, you can earn epic rewards and unlock entry tickets to win real giveaway prizes, including a PlayStation 5, some yummy Nomu hot chocolates, and some fresh Worksheet Cloud merch. The more questions you answer, the more points you earn, and the more rewards you unlock. Worksheet Cloud makes your studying easier with video lessons, practice exams, practice questions, and study notes. In other words, we're your go-to place for all your studying. Ask your parents to sign you up to worksheetcloud.com today. Okay guys, welcome back. Let's continue with our lesson. Now it's your turn. So as you can see on this page, I've given you fractions where the numerator is greater than 1. Okay, so if we have a look at the box, the top box with the theory in it, once we know how to find one part of a group, so remember to find one part of a group, you divide by the denominator. We can use that answer to find the other fractional amounts. So for example, to find 2/3 of 9, I first find 1/3 of 9 by dividing by the denominator 3, and 9 divided by 3 gives me 3. So 1/3 of 9 is 3. So then to find 2/3 of 9, I'll just multiply the 1/3 of 9 by 2, which is 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. So 2/3 of 9 is equal to 6. Okay, I'd like you to go and do A to F, and then come back to see how you got on. So just remember, find one amount by dividing by the denominator, and then find the full amount by multiplying that answer by the numerator. Okay, off you go. Right, welcome back guys. Let's have a look at these questions. So my first question is 2/4 of 12. Now we should really be able to recognize that 2/4 is 1/2, and of is multiply. Okay, so there we just need to go 12 divided by 2, which is equal to 6. If you didn't do that, no problem. If you had said 12 divided by 4 equals 3, okay, and then 3 times 2 is equal to 6, gets you to the same answer and that's not a problem. I just really encourage you to have a look at the fractions and the numbers that you're working with, because I can often make the question easier for myself instead of just following the process I've always been taught. So just give the question a little bit of thought, and sometimes you might surprise yourself. B, 5 over 6 of 30. So here we can't simplify 5 over 6, so we need to find 1/6, which is 30 divided by 6, which is 5. And then 5 sixes will be 5 times 5, which is 25. So that answer is 25. Question C is 3/4 of 24. Okay, so 24 divided by 4 equals 6. So that's 1/4. Then 6 times 3 is going to give me 18. Okay, so that answer is 18. Question D, 3/8 of 96. 96 divided by 8, okay, because I want to find the 1/8, that's equal to 12, okay, and then 12 times 3, because now I want to find 3/8 is equal to 36. Okay, question E is 9/10 of 20, so 20 divided by 10 equals 2. That's 1/10, and then 9/10 would be 9 times 2 is 18. Okay, and then your last question, 3/5 of 350. 1/5 is 350 divided by 5, which equals 17, and then 3/5 is going to equal 210. Okay, so very much dividing by the denominator and multiplying by the numerator. And then just a reminder to have a look at the question to see if you can make it a little bit easier for yourself before you rush in and do the first thing that comes to mind. Okay, great. Let's see what else is in store for us. Okay, guys, so our brain bender for today is again another 3 statements where 1 is a lie and 2 are true. So again, I'd like you to press pause, work through the challenge. Tell me when you find the lie, why it is a lie, and let's see how you guys get on. Okay, so which of the 3 statements below is a lie? Explain how you made your choice. So statement number 1, 15 is 3/4 of 20. So remember, we find 1/4 first, and then 3/4 will be 3 times 5 equals 15. So I'm happy that that statement is true, and there's my proof for it. 1/4 of 20 is 5. So remember, we can go 20 divided by 4, which we've already done in the first question. That gives us 5. You can also notice that this section over here is divided up into quarters. So one of them is equal to 5. 3 of them is equal to 15. So that leaves me with my last statement, which says 3/4 of 20 is equal to 5. So if I've just proven that 1/4 is equal to 5, then surely I must know that 3/4 cannot be equal to 5. It has to be equal to 15, like it is in statement number 1. So statement number 3 is your lie. Okay, well done if you got that. Okay, guys, so all that's left for me to show you today is your challenge, the game of 24, and just a reminder that you need to use each number once. So for example, on the first card you got 2, 5, 3, and 9. Can you use 2, 5, 3, and 9 using the operations of plus, minus, multiply, and divide to come up with the answer of 24? Remember your order of operations, and I'd encourage you to challenge someone at home, a brother, sister, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, a visitor. See if they can come up with an answer of 24. Perhaps they can find more than one way in which to do it. Have a little bit of fun with it and see how you guys get on. Okay, this is just a reminder to show you where you can access the worksheet and memo, which will cover more of today's work. So just click on the link in the description of the video to get your worksheet and memo. Do a little bit of additional practice so that when you get back to school, you've got these concepts absolutely nailed. Okay, guys, before I say goodbye, remember to ask your parents to sign you up to worksheetcloud.com so that you can start earning your rewards and maybe even be the lucky one to get that PlayStation 5, some Nomu hot chocolates, and some Worksheet Cloud merchandise. I hope you guys have a great day. I look forward to seeing you again soon. All the best.